These are essential psychological insights about women that every man should understand if he truly wants to become the kind of lover they deeply desire. A surprising 93% of men are completely unaware of these principles, and as a result, they often face rejection when trying to build romantic connections with women. Before we dive in, did you ever wonder why some guys just effortlessly attract women while others keep struggling? The answer lies in psychology. Stick with this video, because by grasping these fascinating insights, you'll put yourself among the elite 7% of men who are naturally more attractive and magnetic to women across the world. For example, women often fall in love through scent. Research has shown that if a woman genuinely enjoys the natural smell of a man, her chances of developing romantic feelings for him increase by an impressive 83%. This is due to the fact that biologically, women possess approximately 50% more neurons in the olfactory bulb compared to men, making them significantly more sensitive to fragrances. Mastering the art of choosing the right scent gives you a major upper hand in the game of attraction. So, stay tuned until the end of the video, because I'll be revealing the specific types of fragrances that most powerfully stimulate their senses. Another thing, women are often drawn to men who know how to play the game subtly. If you approach a woman too aggressively right off the bat, it often leads to rejection. But when you show genuine respect, patience, and emotional independence, she'll begin to open up and invest in building mutual trust and deeper connection. It's about understanding her body language, those little signs and gestures that tell you when she's feeling comfortable or when she wants you to get closer. Here's something important. Even when a woman feels something for you, she may never express it directly. If you're interested in a woman, it's critical to avoid falling into the just friends zone from the beginning. A compelling study revealed that 68% of women confessed they would consider engaging in a romantic relationship with a man if they knew there would be no consequences. So, the smart move is to signal your interest early on, not with words, but through subtle communication. Be confident, be intentional. Want to know how to do that exactly? Just drop a comment below and I'll guide you further. If she teases you, if a woman playfully mocks or makes light-hearted jokes about you, it's actually a strong sign that she may be attracted to you. Often, this teasing behavior is her way of creating a connection and subtly building trust. When women begin to fall for someone, their communication shifts to include more nuanced body language and playful games. Ever noticed how a teasing glance or sarcastic comment feels oddly personal? That's not random. It's often intentional. If you're genuinely interested in her, the smartest move is to lean into it. Play along, mirror her playful tone while showing subtle signals of mutual attraction. A great way to do this is by lightly calling it out with charm. For example, you might say, "I know you call me that because you like me. You think I haven't noticed the way you've been looking at me." Women are drawn to men who understand their silent language. They love it when a man can pick up on the subtle clues they give, whether consciously or not, through body language and emotional expression. Not every man has the awareness to read these silent signals, and that's exactly what sets the confident ones apart. Unlike many men, women are often more emotionally reserved, especially when it comes to openly expressing love first. One of their biggest fears is facing rejection, so instead of speaking directly, they rely on subtle gestures and body language to communicate romantic interest. If a woman goes out of her way to make a specific gesture aimed at drawing your attention, she's likely hoping you'll respond in kind. But here's the catch. If she realizes you haven't noticed or understood her signal, she won't press further. She'll simply pull back, say nothing, and likely move on. That's why learning to read these cues is a game changer. If you're curious and want to learn more about how to decode a woman's body language and romantic signals, drop your questions in the comments. I'll break it down for you. The next insight is a fascinating strategy you can start using right away, one that taps into a deeper psychological layer of attraction and emotional connection. Did you know that what you say after an intimate moment can influence whether she wants to see you again? Most men miss this completely. Women genuinely care about how they present themselves, especially during intimate experiences. They pay close attention to the design, fit, and color of their undergarments, not just for fashion, but to feel confident and appreciated in those vulnerable moments. That's why it's essential not to stay silent. If she's gone out of her way to look good for you, acknowledge it with a sincere compliment. Tell her how stunning that lingerie looks on her. By affirming her effort and boosting her confidence, you'll likely find that she'll wear something even more beautiful the next time, because you've shown that you notice and value her details. This becomes a powerful motivator for her to keep investing in the connection. Women also experience deeper emotional and physical sensations. Understanding the complexity of the female mind and the emotional layers involved can dramatically enhance her experience. Unlike men, who are typically more physically driven, women tend to rely more on emotional and sensory cues. That's why I recommend you avoid being overly direct. Instead, use subtle communication, subtext, tone, presence, and let emotion guide the interaction. Be patient. Take your time before engaging in anything physical. Ask thoughtful questions that encourage her to open up emotionally. Make her feel seen and deeply understood. Do that, and you'll unlock a powerful connection, and she may very well fall in love with you in the process. Now, here's something personal I want to share. We get all kinds of comments on this channel, some positive, some negative. But to be honest, if you're dropping negative opinions without any thought or research, I won't waste time reading them, because those comments often come from a place of reaction, not reflection. So before you try to challenge anything here, I invite you to actually dig deeper. Read some books. Explore what successful people, psychologists, doctors, historians, even teachings from Stoicism have said on these topics. Then come back and engage with real value. Prove me wrong with knowledge, not knee-jerk responses. Thank you for understanding. Now, let's move on to number 9. Here's a truth that may surprise you. Some women form deeper emotional bonds with their best friends than with their romantic partners. This isn't just speculation. It's been backed by research showing that women's friendships can stimulate their emotions more intensely than their romantic relationships do. So the next time you wonder who she turns to when she's hurting, it might not be you, but her best friend. When a woman chooses to leave her partner at home to go meet a close friend, her emotional state actually shifts. She enters that space with heightened sensitivity, free of judgment and open to support and empathy. With friends, women often feel emotionally safe, fully accepted, and more expressive. This emotional fulfillment can sometimes be mistaken for romantic attraction, even by her. That's why it's wise to pay attention to her friendships. If a close friend becomes a constant emotional outlet, it could open the door to confusion, or worse, betrayal, unless that friend is truly angelic in nature. Now, another little-known fact. Some women accept dates just for food. In a surprising statistic from the US, a significant number of women admitted to saying yes to dates, primarily to enjoy a free meal. This doesn't mean every woman does this, but it underlines the importance of understanding her true motives. Don't rush into asking someone out. First, Ensure she's genuinely interested in you, not just the perks. Want to know how to tell the difference? Ask me in the comments and I'll break it down for you. Also, don't forget, at the end of this video, I'll reveal the specific fragrance that has been shown to powerfully stimulate female attraction. So make sure you stick around. Now let's talk about emotional awareness. Women appreciate it when you approach them with empathy, especially when they're upset. If she's emotionally off, don't back off. Step forward. Ask her how she's feeling and why. Show that you care, and you'll immediately build trust. Understanding a woman's emotions can be complex, but it's important to remember that, like men, women are not always emotionally balanced. The difference is, they are far more driven by emotion, whether positive or negative. Emotional intensity is how they experience life, and learning to connect through that will elevate your bond with her. That's why, surprisingly, some women end up emotionally attached to men who don't treat them well. I'll explain the psychology behind that later, so stay tuned. But for now, it's essential to understand the emotional dynamics women naturally engage in, what you might call their emotional games. If you're not aware of how these emotional patterns work, you'll always be 2 steps behind. Now, let's revisit the first insight we touched on earlier: fragrances that have the power to stimulate attraction in women. Among the most effective aromatic essences are jasmine and lavender. Back in 2017, researchers conducted a study involving 2 groups of men and 1 group of women. Each woman spent time individually with 2 different men, one wearing a neutral fragrance and the other wearing a scent infused with jasmine. The results were fascinating. The women consistently felt a stronger attraction to the man wearing the jasmine-based fragrance. This shows that scent isn't just a detail. It's a powerful trigger for emotional and romantic response. If you're wondering where to find such scents, you're in luck. There are several well-regarded perfumes that use these ingredients, including the elegant French Orpheon and the bold Paula Cevisa Eclectic, both known for their rich jasmine undertones and subtle sophistication. This channel is more than just tips and tricks. It's your companion for growth. Our mission is to help you move forward in every aspect of life. Whether it's building a meaningful and fulfilling relationship with your partner, achieving personal goals, or finding clarity through the timeless wisdom of philosophers and thinkers, we're here to support your journey, and there's so much more to come. Valuable topics, eye-opening insights, and practical strategies, all designed to help you level up in love and in life.